Game Day. Welcome to Relay for Life's Fall Leadership Rally.
Okay. I know you see our enthusiasm, but it's fall, y'all, and so we need to see your cancer-fighting game day faces.
Okay, Susie, forget that. I don't think anyone is scared by the two of us. Well, at least I hope not. But what I know is that cancer should be scared of this community, this incredible army of volunteers fighting for cancer patients and for their families.
And raising the powerful and impactful dollars that fund cancer research. Our 800 number helpline that answered almost 250,000 calls last year, and cancer.org, where there were more than 130 million visits to find answers for early detection, prevention, recent diagnoses, and to share that information with others.
I love seeing the mission in action. You guys, I'm Sarah Lynn Lash. I relay in Northeast Ohio and also with Relay USA. I'm a survivor, I'm a caregiver, I'm a friend and a donor and an advocate and a global hero of hope, and I'm your nationwide Relay for Life co-lead. One thing I'm super excited about today is to introduce you to this incredible woman who is my new Relay for Life co-lead. So, Susie Lawrence, while I go wash my face, could you please tell everyone about yourself?
Thank you, Sarah Lynn. Well, I'm your new Relay for Life co-lead. My home relay is Virginia's Blue Ridge, and I live in Roanoke, Virginia. I've been relaying for over 25 years. I've served in many local, area, and regional capacities, and now, along with Sarah Lynn, as your nationwide co-lead. And I'm excited about building on the energy we've experienced from having in-person events back. Zoom saved us for 2.5 years, but it will be nice to actually see our pom-poms and other things without our backgrounds getting in the way. Relayers have been surprising us the last couple of years with their resilience, flexibility, and creativity through the COVID-19 pandemic. This year, we are on target to raise $62 million. And today, we hope to ignite and launch a new year with renewed enthusiasm to look at our local events differently as we connect with a broader audience under our new ACS branding that visually reminds us to refresh our local events. Look at what we've always done and continue to make it better.
That's right, Susie. And I'm excited about what's to come. I'm excited to have you beside me, and I'm excited that we're leading this charge together. But enough about us. We want to see where you're from. So let's do like a little roll call at the beginning of our time together. Like in the comments below, would you leave in the chat box, tell us who you are, maybe where you're from or where you relay? And while you're doing that, I'm going to ask Lindsay Pugh, our staff partner and the American Cancer Society Senior Director for Relay for Life and Community Fundraising Operations, to jump in here real quick and give us a fundraising update while you all are doing roll call.
My name is Lindsay Pugh, Senior Director of Relay for Life and Community Fundraising Operations. I'm so pleased to share that this year we have already raised over $56 million for the American Cancer Society. That sets Relay for Life on track to exceed our goal of $62 million this year. But it's not all about the money. So far, we've had over 29,000 survivors register for Relay. Over 23,000 teams are participating and more than 162,000 participants. And we still have about 250 Relay for Life events yet to happen this year. Every year we ask relayers to fight back, and you are. You're telling people about the American Cancer Society's 1-800 number. Now, everyone say it with me, 1-800-227-2345. You're also helping patients and their families by telling them about the resources at cancer.org. Many of you, like Susie Lawrence, are driving patients to treatment through our Road to Recovery program. And even some of our top teams are naming research grants. Thank you for all you do. You are all more than relayers. You are helping end cancer as we know it for everyone.
Thank you, Lindsay. Did you all hear that? I am so proud of you and so thankful for what you are doing every single day. You guys are my motivation Being in this role, I get to see and hear so many of the stories and the things that keep you motivated, and those become part of my fight. I'm proud to be a part of a group of volunteers named the Voices of Hope. These are survivors and caregivers, and they represent your communities. They are trained to share their story and the story of the American Cancer Society and where those two things connect. Voices of Hope can help you all year long in some of those critical ways when you're trying to connect authentically. I'm going to let my Voices of Hope friend, Erin, share a little bit of her story with you so you know what I mean.
Hi, my name's Erin, and I'm a relayer, caregiver, survivor, voice of hope, and legislative ambassador for the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network out of Oklahoma. I started relaying in 2009. One day, a friend invited me to a meeting with her. She promised me ice cream after. I thought it was a fair deal. Ever since then, my commitment to raising money for cancer research has taken off. I did this actively for a few years. Until 2015, I finally found out what it was like to be a caregiver. My grandfather was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. After 6 months of being a caregiver, he passed away. And from there, my mission changed. I realized just how important it was to actually find a cure, to put the dollars we raised to work legitimately. So I continued relaying, continued advocating. Then in 2019, I got diagnosed myself with stage 3 cancer that was very rare. And ever since then, it's now re-energized me. I understand the importance of fundraising. I understand the importance of finding a cure and just how much what we do matters. So thank you guys for your support and your help, because together we can beat cancer.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your inspiring story, Erin. That's exactly the kind of motivation we need to get us started for this coming year. As you begin thinking about your plans for 2023, we want you to think about your experience, and more importantly, the experience of your event attendees. Our first challenge to you is to ask yourselves, what would make your local event an exceptional experience? We have a few recommendations for areas of focus as you plan, but we want you to make this yours. We encourage your event leadership team to take this as a guide and rethink these areas of your local event. What could set Relay for Life apart in your community? It needs to be an event where everyone wants to be a part of it and that represents every part of your community. To get you started, try holding planning conversations to create an event experience that is unique to your community. How long should it be? Do ceremonies need to be updated? Is it easy to participate? Are we inclusive? Are there new and varied faces? Are we educating our participants about the ACS? Think about a child's birthday party. It evolves over the years as the child grows up. It has some of the same elements like cake and blowing out candles, but it changes and grows, and so should relay events.
And that leads us to our second challenge, Susie. Let's talk about the invitation list. Let's talk about what we're doing to work on recruitment. So no doubt your event leadership team, what we lovingly call our ELT, has already started meeting and brainstorming. You may have already voted on your new local theme and started talking about event plans and new ideas. Thank you for that. Those conversations are exactly the kind of momentum we need to have a stronger year in 2023. But let's seriously talk about recruitment. Recruiting for your event leadership team and recruiting new team captains. We're all here because, at some point someone asked us to come to Relay. A simple ask to Relay for Life changed my life. And like in Erin's story, who can you ask to a Relay meeting and then take them out for ice cream? We have some really great recruitment tools, and we'll make sure that you're getting those here in a bit. But the main way to think about recruiting is to identify areas where you need help, where you need to improve, or, just gaps that need an individual that'll take you to the next level. Then talk about who could and should be part of your planning table. Are there some passionate team captains with new ideas, and it's time to elevate them to the planning table? Were there people in your community you asked last year who said, not this year? Is it time to call them back up? are there people who make magic happen in your community? And honestly, you dream of having these people with you at Relay for Life, helping you motivate others and to fundraise and to recruit new teams, and they bring the fun. Like, we all need that person. And now's the time to make the list and start asking new people to join the fight against cancer and join Relay for Life in our communities.
Sarah Lynn, you're so right. We all need the person who can bring the magic and the fun. But you know what else we need? We need new ideas. Anytime we have new people that come to the table or to the track, we have new ideas, varied ideas, better ideas. We have people who see our obstacles through a new lens as opportunities. We have fresh energy that might be just what our community needs to connect the passion, energy, and motivation to maximize our efforts for the American Cancer Society in all 1,452 relay communities across the country.
Oh, I love that number.
I know. We actually had an event that reimagined their experience. We've invited Joe Rios from the Relay for Life of Guam to share their relay success. They looked at everything to make sure all the special elements of the local villages were incorporated into their event. And now here's Joe to tell us more.
I'm Joe Rios, and I'm with the Relay for Life of Guam. The first time that we had our motorcade, which was a dream of mine to just have a motorcade. So we started at the northern part of the island and then ended up over at Skinner Plaza towards the main event. And then, cars honking horns, and then just having all the relayers there at the plaza just greet the survivors as they drove up. And then that kicked off the event. The event at the Skinner Plaza was a very limited room for us to set up. So having that set up over at the Father Duenas High School gym, the Phoenix gym, and just using the bleachers to display all the different luminarias. I think we had close to 700, 800 luminaria bags. So we had a Tutuha, which is a hula dancing group that came out of the Tamuning village, and they came over. They performed their cultural dances, and they had two groups. One was the local cultural dancing, and then they also had the fire shows, and that was in the center. So that was a nice setup where you had a lot of the teams just focused on the entertainment, whereas over at the George Washington High School track, it was very difficult to have all of the relayers focus on the entertainment. So at Skinner Plaza this year, it was really nice for all the teams just to be surrounded. Every single team was able to see the entertainment. Actually went on Instagram and Facebook in order for a lot of the word to get out, and then the relayers would pass that out as well. And then we had some side events like for the month of July. That month has always been proclaimed by the governor to be a Relay for Life month. There's mixed comments about going back to the big track over at the George Washington High School. Equally, there's comments about keeping it over there in the central part of the island, which is over at Skinner Plaza. They loved the 48-hour, 4 to 8 p.m. traditional 7 p.m. to midnight on a Friday night may not work. So we're getting a lot of comments that say, hey, 48 is what we should do. And we have to think about it, because I'm thinking, I'm old school, right? So it's like, okay, no, you gotta, stay in there, and cancer patient suffers more than you. So what are you guys talking about, with the shorter hours? But, we have to change our focus and really concentrate on what is the purpose of our event. It is to spread the mission. It is to have the relayers participate and celebrate alongside survivors. And if we can get more participants to show up, we can get more fundraising, we can get more sponsors, and they like the 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then we have to consider that, because it is just addressing all the different components or elements that would make for a successful event. Our Relay for Life of Guam event is um, because the local community is just so very much, I want to say concerned, but it's not concerned. There's just an attachment to a loved one that that each one shows support for the Relay for Life of Guam.
Holy cow. No wonder Guam is an award-winning relay. What an example of embracing their community identity throughout their whole event. I love it.
Yes.
And now all of us have that challenge to bring to our community and bring our community on the Relay for Life track with us. Relay for Life is a walk that unites the entire community in our fight against cancer. Everyone is welcome, and they're welcome to come and celebrate the months of team fundraising, as well as the signature elements of Relay Day or Night. To have a relay, remember that your event needs those 4 signature elements: a celebration of survivors, the celebration of caregivers, meaningful luminaria, and an opportunity to fight back. So you need to connect with your staff partner, and you guys ask yourselves this question: how does Relay for Life look best in our community? I spent some time thinking about living my best life, and let's seriously spend some time thinking about what our best relay looks like. Think beyond what you've always done or what you've always known to be done. Let's take it to the next level. Let's elevate it. The day of the week, the length, the time, the location, the ceremonies, the fundraisers, the games, theme laps. Put it all on the table. What if you rethought everything?
Whoa, Sarah Lynn, they're going to think we are losing our minds, but I'm going to confirm it. It is all on the table. And you need to ask how you can relay the best in your community. And could you get there if you had new individuals and new teams helping you? Let me tell you something. The answer is yes. I'm telling you, over the last 2 years, we have seen relayers everywhere rethinking everything, and we love it. New fundraising dollars are being donated. New parts of our communities are getting involved that have never said yes before. The people at our events are starting to reflect the kaleidoscope of our communities. New survivors are showing up to take their laps, and new families are being served by the American Cancer Society. It's a relay big deal. Get it?
I always love a little relay dad joke, Susie. So we're going to start winding things down here. And I have some assignments for you. So your homework, there are 4 things you need to do, please. So number 1, you need to start getting creative and take those 4 requirements and seriously consider every aspect of relay and make sure it's your best local relay it can be. Second one is to start recruiting. Look around. Who needs to be at your table and who do you need at your table? Invite them to join you. Use November and December to focus on thank yous. All of us have people who support us in our relay efforts. Make sure you're taking time to send a note, an email, a phone call. Let them know they're appreciated. And finally, mark your calendars for 2 upcoming events. In a couple days, October 3rd, we have a Discovering the Future broadcast at 1:00 Eastern. And on Saturday, January 7th, Susie and I are going to be back for our Relay for Life kickoff.
Okay, Sarah Lynn. We almost forgot some of our most exciting news. Last week, ACS revealed new logos and brand marketing for the global organization and all of our fundraising events. That included a new logo for Relay for Life, as you can see behind us. But now to hear a little bit more about the new branding, I'd like to invite Marie Daly, our new Senior VP of Community Fundraising, to fill us in on more details. Take it away, Marie.
Hello, Relay for Life leadership volunteers. I'm Marie Daly, the Senior Vice President of Community Fundraising at the American Cancer Society. This is an exciting time for the organization. We've emerged from the pandemic with so much work to do and a renewed confidence in our ability to end cancer as we know it for everyone. You, as a volunteer, are a part of the #1 most comprehensive cancer fighting organization, working to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to prevent, detect, treat, and survive cancer. This is also an exciting time because we're investing in evolving our brand identity to better reflect the personality of the organization. A more modern, innovative organization with a single unified voice. We are so proud of our legacy and the impact we've had on cancer patients and their families for more than 100 years. We need to preserve our impressive history and remain relevant by differentiating ourselves in the market to attract new supporters. So it's time for our iconic brand to evolve. We are investing in a brand refresh, which includes an updated vision, mission statement, new master brand logo, updated visual identities, and a new tagline. It's important to note that volunteers were integrated throughout this entire process, from stakeholder interviews to being a part of research surveys. It included our national board of directors, event volunteers, and other leadership volunteers. So our new brand vision speaks to our ambitious yet achievable goal, ending cancer as we know it for everyone. Our revised mission statement more accurately reflects the depth and the breadth of the work of our organization, and it really differentiates who we are. The mission statement is improve the lives of people with cancer and their families through advocacy, research, patient support to ensure everyone has the opportunity to prevent, detect, treat, and survive cancer. Our new tagline, which might be my favorite, reinforces our inclusive commitment to helping all people. Every cancer, every life. Our updated logo and our brand architecture creates a bold visual presence for the American Cancer Society that is impactful and recognizable. So what does all this mean for Relay for Life? As I mentioned, we've taken the time to address the entire brand architecture, which means changing the logos for all of our sub-brands, including the logo for Relay for Life. So when looking at the changes to our sub-brands, you'll see the focus is leading with the master brand, the American Cancer Society, with consistency across all of our events and activities. So today is only the reveal, the first look of what the new Relay for Life logo will look like. And it's important that we share this with you as leadership volunteers to bring you along in the process. But this will be a phased rollout, with the launch of this Relay for Life logo not happening until January 2023. So we are committed to providing an incredible suite of resources for you around the master brand and Relay for Life. So what do you need to know? What do you need to do now? #1, nothing. No action is needed besides getting exciting and just preparing to be a brand ambassador. 2, remember, this is an evolution. We do not expect or want anyone to stop using the legacy Relay for Life logo or American Cancer Society logo anytime soon. 3, for promotional items, when they start to wear out naturally, you can replace them with newly branded logos in January and beyond. And 4, we really expect to remain exceptional stewards of the donor dollar. We do not want to discard items with the legacy logo. We want to exhaust our supplies. We do not intend on replacing everything for our events at one time. We want to prioritize over time the high visibility areas at our events. So with that, I hope you're as excited as I am about 2023 Relay for Life and the brand refresh. Really think about how this can positively impact your event and the ACS brand and relevancy in your community. A huge thanks to everybody for all that you do.
We know you tuned in for this. So, one of the first ways we get to see the new logo and wear it is with the 2023 Relay for Life theme shirt that we're going to reveal to you now. Drum roll, please.
Ta-da! As participants raise their individual $100 and they become Hope Club members, they will be able to order their participant shirts starting in January. The process will work just like it did in 2022. And you know what? The new shirt's going to have the new logo included in the theme interpretation of the idea submitted by Georgia Taylor Splinter of the Relay for Life of West Valley in Peoria, Arizona. Thanks to Georgia for bringing your creativity and your idea to relayers across the nation. It's absolutely perfect for 2023. And you know why it's perfect? Because just to remind us why we do what we do, every step brings us hope. Every dollar raised brings us closer to a cure. Every creative idea brings new exposure to the American Cancer Society in your community. Every ask can bring someone new to the table and to our track. Every discovery breakthrough brings us closer to a world free of cancer. Who's ready to take the next step with me and Susie?
Thanks for all you do, everybody. Here's to 2023 being the best relay year ever. Cheers.
At the American Cancer Society, we exist to end cancer as we know it, for everyone. Everyone, like the 1 in 2 men or 1 in 3 women still at risk of getting cancer in their life, a reality that only motivates us to do more. Like funding breakthrough cancer research and using advocacy to affect meaningful change. More like enhancing patient access to quality care and supporting patients in their cancer journey, all with the sole purpose of ensuring everyone has an opportunity to prevent, detect, treat, and survive cancer. From our dedicated ACS team members to our cherished volunteers and partners, we won't stop until we're able to have a meaningful impact on every cancer and every life. That's why we do all that we do. From our Hope Lodge communities, providing a home away from home for people with cancer and their caregivers, to our work to close the Medicaid gap to ensure affordable treatments and access for all via our American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. It's why we've funded billions in research, contributing to 3.5 million less cancer deaths. And that's only scratching the surface of all that we do. Our organization isn't one that just talks. We act. And when we act, we affect millions of cancer journeys every day. Together, let's continue to take on every cancer and change every life. American Cancer Society. Every cancer, every life.